If a mockingbird has taken over your feeder lately, you're not alone. I'm getting multiple questions a day about this exact issue right now, and people are frustrated, and that frustration makes sense. You put food out for the birds, you want variety, you want to help, and suddenly one bird shows up and chases everything else away. It feels aggressive, it feels unfair, and it feels like you're doing something wrong. But you're not. This behavior has a reason, and it shows up at the same time every single year. Almost every year, right around early February, mockingbirds change. Day length increases, hormones rise, and they enter early territory defense mode. This isn't nesting yet, but it is preparation. Food becomes valuable, space becomes valuable, and mockingbirds are built to defend both. They're bold, they're intelligent, and they're extremely good at controlling space. So when a mockingbird finds a reliable feeder, it guards it relentlessly. Here's the important part. This is not a bad bird. This is a personality problem. And this is not permanent. This behavior is just seasonal. It's survival driven and it has an endpoint. Once nesting begins and natural food increases, this intensity almost always fades. Most people never notice when it stops. They just realize one day that the yard feels normal again. But before we go further, if this is the kind of explanation that is helpful to you, take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. I focus on bird behavior, ethical solutions, and practical setups that actually work. And this is the exact question that comes up every single year. So the real question becomes this: do you need to do anything? And the answer is yes, but not in a harsh way, not in a punitive way. Not in a way that harms the mockingbird. Ethical bird feeding isn't about control. It's about design. It's about matching feeder types to feeding styles. A lot of people ask if cage feeders work, and they most certainly do, and they're not cruel at all. Cage feeders work because of the physics, not punishment. Mockingbirds are larger birds. They prefer open space, they like flat perches, and they struggle to enter cages. Small birds don't. Chickadees, finches, nuthatches, sparrows, they slip right on through. And a cage feeder doesn't remove the mockingbird. It simply prevents one bird from monopolizing the entire food source. Another very effective option is cling-only feeders. Mockingbirds are not natural clingers. They don't like unstable positions, and they don't like hanging upside down. Feeders that require clinging naturally exclude them. Peanut feeders, upside down suet feeders, vertical access points. You're not blocking the bird, you're offering food that suits other species better. And one of the most overlooked solutions is spacing. If everything is in one spot, one bird can guard the whole setup. If feeders are spread out, that control breaks down quickly. Multiple feeding stations, 10 to 15 feet apart, different feeder styles, different sight lines. A mockingbird can only guard one feeder. It cannot guard your entire yard. And food choice matters too. High-value foods attract mockingbirds first. Mealworms, fruit, large open trays. If things feel out of balance, you can temporarily shift foods. Sunflower chips, Niger, smaller access points. This doesn't starve the mockingbird, it just rebalances who benefits the most. Now, if this situation feels familiar and it reminds you of blackbirds taking over your feeders, you're not imagining the overlap. The behavior is different, but the solution logic is similar. I have a separate video specifically on managing blackbirds ethically, and many of the same design principles apply. What doesn't help is chasing birds, startling birds, or removing your feeders out of frustration. Stress spreads quickly. When one bird panics, others do too. Our goal is balance, not control. So if you're dealing with a mockingbird right now, remember this: you didn't cause it, you're not failing at bird feeding, and this phase will definitely pass. With a few thoughtful adjustments, you can protect smaller birds and still respect the mockingbird. That's ethical intervention. That's working with nature, not against it.